What's happening, everyone? It's Brian Buster here in the Modelette. I wanted to give you a quick kit review on one of my personal favorites in my collection. This is a 1962 Chevy Impala hardtop. It's the 3-in-1 from AMT. And if you're seeing the box art here a little blurry, that's because this is a special issue. This was supposed to be viewed with 3D glasses. So you can see has the a weird blue behind it, so you could actually see it on all ends. This box art was released for the Seattle 1962 World's Fair, and this kit again is one of my special ones in my collection. I just thought I'd bring it to you guys and show you tonight because it's been hiding for a long time and it deserves to be shared and get some knowledge out there on a really cool kit that was released so many years ago. Again, all of the box art all the way around was to be viewed with the 3D glasses. So it has that weird look to it. It almost looks like it's blurred. At first, when I got the box, I thought, maybe that was a screw up from AMT, and then I learned more about this kit. There's a few things that makes this kit different than the rest, and number one is right here. This is an original issue World's Fair. You can see it's never been opened. It still has a staple in it from the World's Fair, stamped from the AMT Corporation. The decals that cut Seattle World's Fair. It has the Seattle World's Fair behind it, the World's Fair visitor, as well as the World's Fair great big decal with it as well. I have never opened this up, probably never will. I just think it's a really cool piece to have. Of course, you have the crisp, clean 1962 Chevy instruction sheet. One of the things that came with this kit that was a little bit different back in the day is the Turnpike Cruiser set. And I actually have this set. I have the race car set. This was the remote control, radio control set that you could race your cars around on the track. In 1962, this was released. Huge expense back in 1962. I mean, these things cost $50 for this racetrack, so it wasn't a cheap toy, and your average kid wasn't getting it. And there's some of the prices just on some of the packs that were available to you for that Turnpike. And I will show you guys in a later video some of my Turnpike Cruiser collection. I have probably one of the largest collections out there for the Turnpike Cruiser set. Is I have every single one that's been released, as well as track packs that are still in boxes and the original set track itself. Back to the Impala here. Here's the original decal sheet that comes with it. That came with all of the 62 Impalas. This thing is just cool. The chrome on it is awesome. The customization, awesome. There was a lot of re-releases of this kit, of course, but there's none that's, been able to match the originality. The cool, French in lights if you wanted them. The cool spinner caps. You got baby moon caps if you wanted those. You got stock hub caps. And, of course, back in the 60s, it was always popular to leave one wheel off and have it displayed with your chrome drum there. So kind of cool that it has that. I got the AMT 3-in-1 62 plate frame there. Really cool custom bumpers if you wanted to go that route. I've kept this one wrapped up pretty good. Everything's nice and crisp on her. Just like any other 62. I mean, it's not a big difference there. The huge difference is that decal, original decal sheet that has all of the visitors pass. And the only way to get this one was to actually visit the fair and be there. You got a pass to go in, and I have a ticket book somewhere for the World's Fair that actually has that stamp removed so they could actually visit the World's Fair. This particular kit was handed down to me by my late Uncle Bob, a very good friend of mine. We called him Uncle Bob, but he wasn't relation to me. He just was one that was part of the family. Sometimes those are the best ones. Again, here's some of the cool parts that you get in this 1962 original. Cool little trophy setup. Of course, you got the chrome car that goes on top. Skirts that you could put on. Has a little bit of discoloration to it, and I've always wondered about that. And I've been told different things over the years. Sometimes it's from where it was kept. Sometimes it's smoke in the room. Sometimes it's just from the cardboard gassing off itself. Over the years, it discolors the plastic. Don't know the truth behind any of it. Just those what I've been told on it. More customization parts. 327 valve cover that says 327 Chevrolet on it. That's one I have not seen re-released, and that would be really cool to have out there. I don't know how well that shows up in the lights, but it says right on it 327 Chevrolet. Really cool valve cover to have. Let's look at some of the others here. Some of the other customization parts, hood scoops and side pipes and stuff like that. And of course you got to have the character. This was what I was showing this to the kit to earlier to a friend, and it has an original tube of plastic body filler putty in it. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Still sitting down inside of it. There's a bunch of little miscellaneous parts in this box, and of course somebody has got the front seat panels. These, back in the day, you had texturized fabric or texturized vinyl, and that was to put into your door and right door panel insert on your interior tub. This one's had I got the rest of the engine block and the stuff there. I don't know what that's supposed to be other than that's a bike frame, and that does not belong to this kit. I can guarantee that. And there's the rest of the bicycle. That's strange because that doesn't show up on any of the instructions that I know of for a 62. Cool dash, and of course you had, like I said, had a texturized material to it that they always put out, and it says dash. That was kind of something cool that they did back in the day that you don't see them do anymore. An extra rear bumper. Now it looks like that somebody's throwing some extra parts in it here and there. But this again was just one of those cool kits that I thought I would share with everybody, just because of the rarity of the box itself, the rarity of the 62 World's Fair edition. Having that weird box art. For one, most of them don't have the dual lines, so the 3D glasses, and then having the stickers to go with it, and the back history. I know about this kit because I was told about it for so many years from Uncle Bob. But again, another kit that I just thought it needed to be shared with everybody. 1962 Chevy Impala, great vintage kit. I don't know of too many of these out there. I've seen a couple of them, and they range in price from about $199 to $249 for a complete kit. So one of those that if you can pick one of the regular issues up for the $49 to $79 range in this vintage box era, they're worth it. Guys, these things are clean. Super clean cars, great crisp lines on them, and very little flashing or mold lines on them to clean up. Typical of any one of them, you got a little bit back here on the quarter that you got to clean up, but for what it was back in 1962, these are some that I don't think that you can beat as far as vintage styrene. I'm a huge fan. Anyway, guys, quick video for you tonight. God bless. Happy modeling. Take care.